Hello and welcome back to the Wellness Plus podcast. Today I'm delighted to be joined by money mindset expert Pericles Railas. And is it as easy as, okay, I've got an awareness now that I have a financial thermostat. I would like to reset it. I'm putting it at $500,000. Like, how do I do it?
It's okay. So there are a couple things I'll give you. It's easy. Let me say it this way. It's simple, and yet difficult.
Right.
So I like to use the analogy of stopping smoking is as easy as stop putting cigarettes in your mouth. When we look at it from that perspective, it's just very, very simple. Just stop putting cigarettes in your mouth. But then we look at the other side of it and how hard it is to not put that cigarette in our mouth because we're addicted to, we love, we enjoy. And same thing with candy or anything else that we're addicted to in a sense. It's easy for the solution, losing weight, diet and exercise. But getting up in the morning to go to exercise, that's the hard part. It becomes very challenging. So I want to give you a distinction around money, and then I'll give you the 3-step process. It's actually 3.5-step process to resetting your financial thermostat. So the first thing we want to do is preamble. To understand what your financial thermostat setting is, that's the easy part. Just look at what it is right now. Yeah. How much money are you able to make? How much money are you able to keep? What is your experience around money when you think about it? When you talk to your significant other, when you interact with money, what's your experience? That's your financial thermostat setting. That's where it is right now. So that's pretty easy to determine. Mm-hmm. The first thing we need to understand to reset it is what money is. And if you're like me, I grew up in an environment where we never talked about money. It was off subject. My parents never spoke about money. I was never allowed to ask about money. We just never talked about it. And yet it is an integral part of our lives. Yeah. Everyone has to deal with money at some point in their life. So what is money? Well, it's a currency. And as a currency, it flows like a current, like electricity flows or water flows or air flows. But it flows in a very distinct way. And it flows in a circle. So it flows, here's us, it flows to us, through us, and then away from us. And then back around to us, through us, and away from us. And then there's a reservoir on the side that we get to keep. Okay. Now, because it flows in this circle, blocks anywhere in that flow are blocks everywhere in that flow. Just like a water flowing in a river, if we throw a bunch of rocks and trees and debris in it, it's going to block that flow of water. Same thing with money. We block the flow of money. So what do blocks in the flow coming to us look like? I hate my boss. I hate the wealthy. I think that people who have a lot of money are evil. I think money's the root of all evil. These are all blocks in the flow of money coming to us. Wow. We can't become that which we resent or that which we hate. So if we resent it or we hate it, we're blocking the flow coming to us, right? Now, blocks in the flow of money going away from us. I hate spending money on anything. I hate paying my bills on time. I never pay people on time. I hold on to that money as long as I can. These are all blocks in the flow of money going away from us. So what we want to do is first notice those blocks, recognize them, identify them, and then clear the blocks out. So the first part is easy, is like identifying that we have blocks. Sometimes they're a little bit more elusive. They're really in the background. But if I say to you, well, what do you think about money? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
I think it's great.
Okay, good. Now that's a positive context around money. Is there something on the other side of it? I think it's great, but...
I think it's great, but there's too much disparity with it.
Okay, great. So maybe some confusion, or it's not clear, it's not easy. Yeah. If we were to kind of synthesize it down into the basic fundamentals, money's hard to come by. Or money doesn't grow on trees. Or you have to work really hard in order to earn money, right? Something like that. So we want to look at it from from my perspective. When I was 6 years old, and you don't have to remember when it happened, you just identify there's something there. When I was 6 years old, we were watching a show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And for those of you who don't know, it was just an expose on people who are wealthy and successful. Mm-hmm. And they'd look into their lives and kind of pull the curtain back. But in this particular episode, it wasn't just how wonderful their life was, but it was actually what a mess their life was. How their family had been broken because they had all this wealth. And I remember at the end of the episode, my mom saying very casually, I never want to have that kind of money. You'll lose your whole family.
Oh.
And in that instant, that 6-year-old boy made a decision unconsciously or subconsciously. I'm never going to make that much money because I don't want to lose my family. I love my family, right? Well, flash forward many years, and there's this glass ceiling on how much I can make. There's this block in the flow of money, my financial thermostat setting for how much money I can make.